Hi everyone, welcome to our training. Today I'm going to talk about data integration. I'm going to make a couple of videos talking about Oracle Integration Cloud, which is OIC, and how to use the OIC to implement data integration projects, how to do the development work, and how to create a good integration framework. Before we get into Oracle Integration Cloud, there are basics and fundamentals regarding integration architecture that we need to understand and have a look first. And then we will have a look at the inbound and outbound data overview respectively. And there's also something called FBDI, which is file-based data import, which is really critical and important in the inbound data process. So we will have a look at those concepts and the fundamentals one by one. So let's go to the integration architecture first. So this is an integration architecture diagram. Let's have a look at the details. On the right hand side, we've got everything that belongs to Oracle. There's the Oracle Regional Data Center. And on the very right side, there's a SaaS application. So this is SaaS, and the component is Oracle ERP Cloud, which is Oracle Fusion. Okay, and on the left side, there's a Oracle Cloud Infrastructure, OCI. In the OCI, we've got Oracle Integration Cloud, which is OIC. So this is part of the PaaS, Platform as a Service. Okay, so let me write it like this: PaaS, Oracle Integration Cloud, which is OIC. And we've also got the SaaS, we've also got the IOS, Infrastructure as a Service, database. See here, we've got a database. And the database is not mandatory in this case. In some of the projects, the clients do not have the database. They just got the integration cloud. So this is Oracle. On the left hand side, we've got downstream and third-party systems. Right, so for example, it's got 4 systems here. And apart from the downstream systems, there's also banks. And the banks, to do the integration with the banks, it's always about the payment files, and also could be statement files. Okay. And for the downstream and third-party systems, it could be inbound and outbound integrations. Okay, so this is a structure. Now let's go back to the OIC, Oracle Integration Cloud, to have a look. What are the components included in the OIC? So first thing is in OIC, we've got, we can see here we've got the inbound and outbound integrations. So we use the OIC to create integrations, inbound and outbound integrations. And then the integrations can be scheduled. Okay, they can be scheduled, integrations, and also for the integrations to be used by the other applications, the REST API's endpoints can be provided and exposed to the public. So in the form of the REST API endpoints. Okay, and also the OIC has provided the free SFTP, which is the size can be up to 500 gigabytes for free, okay, at the moment. In terms of the data flow between the OIC and the other systems, data flow. So the data source could be from the SFTP or the database. And also, if we have a look at this dashed line, it could be from the applications by using the REST API directly. So it could be from the um, REST API endpoints. Okay, so this is data flow. Now if we go back to SaaS application, Fusion. So let's look at what are the components involved in terms of the data integration. First of all, Oracle provides REST and the SOAP APIs. By using the APIs, we can move the data across and transmit the data in and out of Oracle Fusion. And there are three major services. The three boxes in blue. The first one is ERP integration. It's called ERP integration services. And this one will be used for triggering the FBDI process. Okay, so this is a mechanism, will be the mechanism behind the scene, behind FBDI. Okay. I'll talk about the FBDI in more details later. But at the moment, you just need to understand behind the thing, behind FBDI, the service is called ERP integration services. It's actually a SOAP API. And the next one is external report services. So this is another SOAP API. Okay, and this one is used to extract the data from the BIP report. So suppose we have a existing BIP report in Fusion, and to get the data out of this BIP report, we need to use this SOAP API service. And the third one is object service. So what exactly is object service? In this architecture diagram, object service is used as a general term to refer to all the services that are object specific. For example, invoices, suppliers, and purchase orders. It can either be a REST API or a SOAP API. So for example, if I want to create one AP invoice in the system, let's check out what is the API that we can use. REST API, AP invoice. Okay. So if I open the documentation and find the invoices, and there are a couple of options that we can choose from. If we want to cancel invoice, if we want to create an invoice, and if I want to get all the invoices. Okay, so to create the invoice, we can use this one. create an invoice, and this is a REST API that can be used to do this. So let me put something here. This is for specific objects, and the scenarios are different for different methods. So the first two are for batch data processing, okay? And this one is for inbound. And this is for FBDI, and this one is for outbound. And specifically, this is for BIP publisher data, to extract the BIP publisher data out of Fusion. And those two more for real-time data processing, but only for one single transaction. If you want to create multiple invoices using the REST API, and then you need to use a loop to create one by one after another, okay? So totally different scenarios. Now, if I include OIC here to look at this from the integration perspective, we know that there are two types of integrations. One is asynchronous integration. The other one is synchronous integration. So for the first scenario, which is batch data processing, this is going to be asynchronized integration. Okay. For example, we've got 500 AP invoices to be pushed into the system. It's going to take quite a few minutes to process the data for Fusion. So this is going to be async. And the other one, the real-time processing, this is synchronized integration. Okay? And for asynchronized integrations, to get the feedback from the cloud system, we need also create the callback integration to receive the feedback from Fusion. And in terms of the authentication within Oracle Integration Cloud, it uses the basic authentication to talk with the REST and SOAP APIs from Fusion. So this is OIC integration to communicate with these REST and SOAP APIs from Fusion. Or maybe I'll just use the brackets here. Okay, and if the integration in OIC is shared with other applications, so it's like an API endpoint being shared. In that case, the applications and the third-party systems should use the OAuth. So this is a application to call the OIC integration, and this is to be configured in the IDCS, which is Identity Cloud Service. Okay,